It amazes me oftentimes how many times Democrats have to provide receipts for all of the things that they do and for all of their qualifications. And yet on the other side, there's just no accountability. When you look at what Kamala Harris, who's been a public servant basically her whole life.
Right.
She is the most qualified candidate to run for president right now.
Okay, to your point, all right. I said it here. I wanted to believe it.
Right.
And have you ever been mad at somebody so long you forgot why you was mad, but you're going, I'm going to stay mad because I can't. If I was mad this long, it must be a reason to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's insanity, but I think a lot of people unreasonably feel that way.
I think you got to give yourself grace because I think you have done more than enough by apologizing publicly. We can sit here and debate on, what her record was as a prosecutor. But like you were saying earlier, let's talk about Trump's record. Let's talk about his record. What has he done to be qualified to be in this position? We never seem to hold him and his administration, who has more felonies and indictments than any other administration in the history of politics. And yet we worried about her being a prosecutor.
My response to Michael Ealy is, you're talking about we hold her responsible as a prosecutor. Why not? Why not hold Kamala Harris responsible as a prosecutor? How she locked up innocent black men over marijuana. How she locked up a black woman who, under a truancy law, who basically, because her daughter was sick with sickle cell anemia and she couldn't go to school that day, and yet Kamala arrested her under a truancy law and laugh about it. Why can't we hold Kamala Harris accountable when he said, well, I'm not just going to sit here and just only do nothing on just black people? No! Y'all want to get all, it's, like I said, I don't like what Trump did. I'm going to keep it real. With the January 6th and all the other stuff that's going on. I don't like what Trump has done. However, Kamala's worse. And I told y'all before, they are trying to spin this narrative of trying to get Kamala into the White House so badly. They're always going to say, Trump this, Trump that, Trump, 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 right? Hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that. A plane flew by. But they always say it's Trump this, Trump that, Trump, 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 Trump. Okay. What about what Kamala did? Kamala Harris has locked up innocent black men over marijuana. Did Trump did that? No. Did Kamala Harris locked up, quote unquote, a black woman under a truancy law in the state of California because she couldn't get her daughter to school because her daughter was sick with sickle cell anemia? Did Trump do that? No. See, and again, yes, Trump need to be held accountable under January 6th. Trump need to be held accountable for all the other stuff that happened, right? Yes, he's right about that. However, don't ignore what Kamala has done to us too. How basically, and lied to the American public saying that she's a black woman, but she's really a East Indian woman with Jamaican ties, with a Jamaican father. But let's not ignore that. And this is disappointing with the BET Black Men Summit because y'all still trying to feed these black people. And I'm telling you like this, that's why I said that it's important for us to vote. But at the same time, do background checks, do research on the candidates you're voting for. But they're not going to do that. They always want to push. It's sort of like you're in elementary school or high school or middle school when you're a new student or a new person and people bullying you to do what you don't want to do, and you're still bullying until you cave. Or until you fight back. That's what they're trying to do, bullying the black community and supporting Kamala Harris. They feel like they're bullies, and I call them bullies. And my question is that why can't a black man decide for themselves who they should vote for? They can't. We don't want neither one of them as our spokesperson. A Michael Ealy or Benjamin Crumb or a D.L. Hughley. We don't want y'all as our spokesperson to tell us who we should or shouldn't vote for. It felt like that you guys are our bullies in high school and we can't fight or defend ourselves. And I told you, to me, this BET Black Men Summit is a disappointment to me. It's very disappointing. But again, like, it shows you they're pushing the narrative. They want black people to vote for Kamala Harris, and they are forcibly doing this. But then, and I'm gonna make my last point. I'm gonna do another video on the last video about police brutality. That's interesting. But the last point is, even if we do bring Kamala Harris in as president, what can she really do for us? It's like it's a waste of vote. She never done anything for us in our communities, but yet we pushing her in, and then she ain't do nothing for our vote. What does she? And that's a question. Why? How can what can Kamala Harris do to earn our vote? But it's like it's pushing by the Democratic Party, pushing the black community to vote for her, without even explaining what y'all gonna do for us. This is sickening. Let me know what you think in the comments.